We all have goals that we know would improve our lives, whether it's getting in shape, learning a new skill, or starting a difficult project, but the challenge lies in sticking to them. Our brains naturally gravitate towards comfort, avoiding discomfort and effort wherever possible. This is why, even when we set goals that we know will lead to success, we often find ourselves procrastinating or quitting when things get tough. However, it is possible to train your brain to not only tolerate hard things, but to actually crave them. It may sound impossible at first. After all, why would anyone want to willingly seek out struggle? But with the right mindset and strategies, you can rewire your brain to embrace challenges instead of avoiding them. The key lies in understanding how your brain works and using psychological principles to shift your relationship with discomfort. One of the most important things to understand is that your brain is wired for efficiency. It prefers tasks that require minimal energy and effort. This is why we often choose to watch TV instead of going to the gym, or scroll through social media instead of studying. Your brain sees these easy activities as rewards because they provide instant gratification with little effort. However, what feels good in the short term is rarely aligned with long-term success. To change this dynamic, you need to retrain your brain to associate doing hard things with positive feelings and rewards. One way to do this is by leveraging the concept of delayed gratification. Delayed gratification is the ability to resist immediate pleasure in favor of a greater reward later on. It's the difference between eating a donut now or sticking to your healthy diet and feeling better in the long run. Training your brain to prioritize long-term rewards over short-term pleasures is essential for developing a craving for hard things. A good place to start is by setting small, achievable goals that lead to a larger objective. This breaks down overwhelming tasks into manageable pieces, making them feel less daunting. Each time you complete one of these small tasks, your brain releases dopamine, the chemical responsible for feelings of pleasure and satisfaction. The more often you experience this dopamine release in connection with accomplishing hard tasks, the more your brain begins to associate challenge with reward. Over time, this rewires your brain to crave the satisfaction that comes from completing difficult things. Another powerful technique for training your brain to enjoy hard things is by shifting your perspective on discomfort. Most people see discomfort as something to be avoided at all costs. However, discomfort is often a sign that you're growing, learning, and pushing past your limits. Instead of viewing discomfort as something negative, start seeing it as a positive indicator that you're making progress. This mental shift can transform how you approach challenges, allowing you to embrace the struggle rather than shy away from it. One way to reinforce this mindset is through the practice of reframing. Reframing involves changing how you interpret a situation. For example, instead of thinking, "This workout is painful and exhausting," you can reframe it to, "This workout is making me stronger and more resilient." By focusing on the long-term benefits rather than the immediate discomfort, you train your brain to associate the struggle with positive outcomes. Over time, this builds a mental connection between effort and reward. Visualization is another tool that can help you train your brain to crave hard things. Elite athletes and high performers in all fields use visualization to mentally rehearse success before they even attempt it. When you visualize yourself overcoming a challenge or achieving a goal, your brain starts to perceive that success as a real possibility. This mental rehearsal prepares your brain to handle the actual challenge with more confidence and motivation. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing yourself doing the hard things you want to accomplish. Imagine the satisfaction of completing them and the positive impact they'll have on your life. This primes your brain to see those tasks not as burdens, but as opportunities for growth and success. Accountability is another powerful motivator. When you commit to doing hard things in front of others, whether it's a friend, family member, or online community, you create an additional layer of motivation. Your brain becomes more invested in the task because you don't want to let others down. This sense of accountability can help push you through moments when self-motivation falters. Moreover, when you surround yourself with people who also value hard work and discipline, their energy and mindset can influence your own, making it easier to stay on track. Creating a habit loop is another effective way to force your brain to crave hard things. A habit loop consists of 3 parts: the cue, the routine, and the reward. The cue triggers the brain to start the routine. The routine is the behavior or task itself, and the reward is the positive outcome that reinforces the habit. For example, if you want to develop the habit of exercising, you might set your workout clothes by your bed the night before, the cue. Then go for a run as soon as you wake up, the routine, and finally enjoy the feeling of accomplishment and energy afterward, the reward. By consistently reinforcing this habit loop, your brain will start to crave the routine because it anticipates the reward. Another important element of craving hard things is developing resilience in the face of failure. No matter how disciplined or motivated you are, you will inevitably encounter setbacks. The difference between those who give up and those who persist lies in their ability to handle failure. People who succeed in doing hard things don't see failure as a reason to quit. They see it as a learning opportunity. By reframing failure as feedback, you can use it to adjust your approach and improve over time. This builds resilience and teaches your brain that setbacks are not obstacles but stepping stones to success. Lastly, it's crucial to cultivate a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and persistence. People with a fixed mindset see challenges as threats because they believe failure reflects their limitations. However, people with a growth mindset view challenges as opportunities to learn and improve. By adopting a growth mindset, you train your brain to embrace hard things because you see them as essential to personal development. Each time you face a challenge, remind yourself that effort leads to improvement. This helps reinforce the belief that doing hard things is valuable. In conclusion, training your brain to crave doing hard things is not about forcing yourself to suffer through tasks you hate. It's about changing how your brain perceives difficulty and effort. By practicing delayed gratification, reframing discomfort, visualizing success, creating habit loops, and developing resilience, you can reshape your relationship with hard work. Over time, your brain will start to crave the satisfaction that comes from overcoming challenges, making it easier to pursue the difficult goals that lead to long-term success. Remember, it's not about avoiding discomfort. It's about embracing it as a sign that you're on the path to growth.